Sunday, January 23rd, 2022. Oh no, I'm off key!
One evening as the sun went down and our cooking coals were glowing, down the path came a party hiking, and they said, folks, we're all going. We're yearning for a portal far away in a tavern full of shouting. So join us, friends, and let's descend deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain. There run dungeons hot and cold, where the monsters surge and pushes, and the youngest runes are old, where the mimics all lie waiting, and the goblin werebats roost. All the wisps and wasps in the mezzo lost, the hidden pit where we'll all plummet deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, all our blades will sing like choirs, as our arrows strike like drum beats, and our green flame pops and pyres. Our barbarian will stomp a brood as the rogues dance shadow play. Oh, we're sworn to go at a great tempo. We'll chant our spells as we now delve deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, you'll always find new gear, and your old mundane accoutrement can be handed down, don't fear. The magic items you'll attune and the artifacts you'll find. There's armor with gems and weird potions and a propeller hat that lets you ascend deep into Under Mountain. Deep into Under Mountain, the mad wizard stood gates so folks can open portals. He left clues to activate. He has a thing for puzzles and he likes to throw his voice. We're going to delve to where he dwells, to the lowest tower, to seek his power deep into Under Mountain. I'll see you there, the lowest lair, deep into Under Mountain.
Take my course just to save your soul. We're gonna try to get ethical. You're gonna take my course just to save your soul. We're gonna try to get ethical.
I've got the treatises by Kant, anything I want. Janet brought the chalk, are you listening or not? Writing on the board, your morals are quite poor. We deserve the good place, you just gotta pass this course now. My tummy feels kind of crummy, you should probably study. Tummy feels kind of crummy, you should probably study. Writing up my treatise, drinking almond sweets. Think I love my soulmate, she loves margaritas. My life is a quandary, we should do her laundry. We've got some camaraderie, unlike Jason and Tahani. Tummy feels kind of crummy, you should probably study. Tummy feels kind of crummy, you should probably study.
Yeah, you're gonna take my course just to save your soul. We're gonna try to get ethical. You're gonna take my course just to save your soul. We're gonna try to get ethical.
I like shrimp, like motherfucking shirt ball. Spend my whole life living like a bad janitor. What Judy's got a habit, teleology and Kierkegaard. Writing down Plato in my nightmarish clown. Her I can't guess that I'm truly bad. He can kiss my ass, I'm a full trash bag. Hope I can ace this course and save my soul. I'm gonna try to get ethical.
Yeah, you're gonna take my course just to save your soul. We're gonna try to get ethical. You're gonna take my course just to save your soul. We're gonna try to get ethical.
Summer is past, but your days keep growing longer. There's no wind in your sails, but the storm's blowing stronger. Walking hard, standing tall, keeping your head up through it all. Fighting fires, spinning plates. Goodness, how did it get so late? Lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and lay your head down and dream. Lay your head down and just let your mind flow downstream. Sprawled out in a moonbeam. Lay your head down and dream. Joe Hills is filmed before a live streaming audience.
That's us! Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and tonight, y'all are my live streaming audience. Welcome, one and all, to another evening of HermitCraft Season Next planning. We are in my first ever creative planning world for HermitCraft. Normally with HermitCraft, I do it all live. I make it all up as I go. Minimal planning, sometimes some graph paper. Like I planned out the Parthenon in graph paper, but not this year. No, not this year, not this season, right? We're about to have the most fantastically well-planned HermitCraft that you could possibly imagine. And that's my best New Zealand accent. So, let's dive right in. Welcome, it's Samael, Alexis, Rotation, Lunith, Yazzie Wolf, Lee Loaf of Bread, Pamaran Cack, Junkie Saucer. Welcome, Devin Karates, Jeff the Talking Mongoose, Kindleless MC, Finn Tim, Ilihuyahaya, Ace was stolen, the pug, over in Twitch. Meanwhile, on the YouTube, welcome Fayray, Tyler, Space Station, Star Platinum, the DMG Game, Joshua Gagnon, Cat Bio, Aaron, J-Dog C, glad to see y'all. Welcome Jory, Kindleless over there in live event chat on the Discord. Welcome Ralph Zalo, Rose Wolf. Glad y'all could be here. Now, I'm going to run y'all through. If you've never seen the Season Next Test World, if this is your first time joining one of these planning streams, this is a giant flatland of my own devising. It's about 30 blocks deep of glass, and then it's got bedrock underneath that. We don't necessarily know what the next season of HermitCraft is going to be called. It could be called, like, I don't know, Season Windows 8, the 5th season. Season IX or X. Season 8++. Could be Season Q. You know? Maybe we're going to reclaim Q from those Star Trek people who are all excited about second season of Picard. Take that, Picard. Set your phasers to blocks. I don't know. Welcome, Grossa Talk and Shorty MC. Glad you could join us. Christopher King, TQ as well. Hope you are happy to chill out and have a fun evening together here on this creative planning world. I've got my rough plan for the season broken down into 4 parts. The season opening, in which we'll build a respawn resupply area, a starter house, and an early game shop. A mid-game time period, where we'll build a redstone game and a garden of electrical components. The late game, once all the farms are built around the server, we're going to work on a pinball machine mega base. And then, for the finale of the season, we're going to do whatever makes sense at the time, along with a Patreon monument. Now, I've got these kind of ages or season segments broken into different types of copper here. So, the brand new copper we have broken down for that opening area of the season. We're also going to do some community projects, some exploration. We're going to work on our first shop, maybe a copper for diamond shop. We got some other ideas. The starter house, we did a lot of brainstorming on. We did a few streams where we planned that out. I've got this dirt hut planned here based on Elvira's House of Horrors, and I am really happy with how it's coming out. The only thing I possibly have some concerns about is I was thinking I might want to decorate in here with some Wordle patterns, and I'm not sure that this is going to... I might have to lower the floor in here so I can fit more Wordle guesses on the walls. I don't know. We'll come back to that. But, like, let's just see real quick. So if I go to terracotta, I want green terracotta. And also lime, maybe. Whoops. Wait, no. No, we want lime and we want yellow. Okay. And then we're going to go in. Let's see. So we've only got 3. So the times that I've successfully guessed in 3 tries on Wordle. So we're going to go to Discord and we're going to search for From Joe Hills in Gaming. And then we want the word Wordle in it. From user. Why is it not? Okay. Well, we're just going to go to the gaming chat and manually find a time that I solved Wordle in 3. I know that happened at least once. I should probably just search for 3 of 6. On Discord. Boom. And then can I search for From Joe Hills now? No. I can't search for 3 of 6. So I can find the time somebody solved Wordle in 3 of 6. But I'd really like to find... Oh, yeah, here. Wordle 215. 3 of 6. Okay, so it would look like this on the bottom. And then... that. And then that. And then that. Whoops. There we go. That's a nice little decoration for in our garage here. And then I can update that every time I solve Wordle in 3. I'll update my little garage pattern with the latest. I'm just trying to find fun ways to kind of fill in some of the space in the house here. On the upper floors, we have so many windows. We can't really put Wordle puzzles in there. I mean, at least not without blocking off some of the windows. We don't want to do that. But, okay. So, that was just something I was brainstorming on. What's the floor going to be? Honestly, part of the idea of the dirt hut is we're going to start with the basic materials. We're going to start with, like, just dirt everywhere. And then maybe a little bit of wood and stuff. And then as the season goes on, as the season progresses, we'll have other hermits help us upgrade this, right? So, like, maybe, you know, I'll go get B-dubs, and I'll be like, hey, B-dubs, can you help me come up with a block palette for my house? Because, you know, I feel like having a dirt... Once we get, like, 2 weeks into the season and we have more blocks, right? Yeah. So we have our noob dirt hut for the first few days, and then I go to B-dubs, and I'm like, B-dubs, can you help me brainstorm a block palette for this? And we do a little collab, and so I don't know what it's going to look like yet, because I'm not going to ask B-dubs until, you know, a few days or a couple weeks into the season, right? So it kind of gives me I want something that, like, will look good enough day one, but then we get to have some fun upgrading it. I want to have some of my builds this season be upgradable intentionally, because I tried that in Season 7. I had my winery, and I built it with stone, knowing that they were going to come out with black stone when the Nether update dropped, right? And then I updated the whole thing to warped wood and black stone, and it looked great. And that was really fun, and it was a fun way to kind of keep things moving, right? And so that's kind of how I'm approaching this, is we're going to have this house start off with dirt, and then maybe go through a few upgrade phases. Can I move my face up a bit and left? Well, the face camera moves and expands every time we hit a tipping milestone. We are currently 20 away from the next tipping milestone, so that's really up to the fans, really. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, so let's run through our setting up checklist, and then we will get going. If I don't run through this, I might forget something, so... This is a song I wrote with everything I have to do called When Will My Stream Begin? Performed by my brother Sean. Let's make sure we get it done. Oh no, my wig. I mean my real hair. This is the wig.
8:30 p.m. the usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title tweet for water tank top and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the stream, and so I'll pause, fold in, and open VLC. I'll pick 2 songs before, lay your head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all, Joe Hills from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After Howdy, it's items and chest tools breaking. Pickaxe when proof, all talking to you professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. So I'll click craft it quick and real time enchant pick, then I'll replace their books in random chests with care. I'll tour my winery, I'm sure there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swear. Not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin? Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
Alrighty, so everything looks like it's done, so we're going to go ahead and take down that setting up now sign. Okay, so one of the things on the agenda today is to figure out, we had a rough concept here, and I sent Cleo a link to it to get feedback last night, and here's what she shot me back. Let me go to Twitter and pull up her exact words. You don't misquote Zombie Cleo. Ain't no misquoting Cleo. Not if you want to live. La-da-da-da-da. Where are they? So, let's see. Zombie Cleo. A Zombie Cleo. Do-do-do. She says, the storage looks like a go. Yeah. Not square in regards to the layout. I'd rather have a floor design rather than a wedge for each, maybe incorporating the block, but not the actual thing. So, we had a few things here. I kind of came up with this idea that you could do these modular squares. You could see what blocks were in the chests based on what was here. Hey, welcome, NJ. Glad you could join us. Welcome an account from Yosemite Tark? I don't know what your name is. But glad to have you. But yeah, basically, Cleo likes the core concept, but we can do more with it. And I agree with her. So, here's what I'm kind of thinking. Let's take part of the concept. And let's just move it over here a little bit, right? We're just going to come over this way. And so let's set up. So we're iterating here, people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so these are 8 high. 6, 7, 8. And the height is based on the number of chests you can easily get to in Minecraft, right? So let's say that we're going to start with our sandstone here. Right, so we've got sandstone coming out, maybe not the full wedge. We're going to go get the chests out of here. Trap chest, normal chest. Normal chest, normal chest. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we go that high? Is it 6? I think it's 5 chests on the original. Okay, so we're going to keep these, but what we're going to do is we're going to find a way to incorporate these into a shape that's not a square. Right? So we've got a square here that kind of works, but what if we wanted to have something that was a little bit more rounded, right? So, for example, we could have it come over like this. Rather than being flush there. And we could have it come... We could have it create more of a rounded corner by bringing it in, losing the outer pillars. Okay? So, What does that look like, maybe? That's a good question. I don't know. How would we round this out? Okay, so let's say we put another one of these in here, like this. Then we kind of go like this. Ooh, okay. And then, so instead of having sandstone over here, let's say that this one is going to be our cobblestone one, right? So then we have our cobblestone columns. Oh boy, how does this work? Yeah. Okay, so cobblestone, cobblestone. And then we have the chests here, right? Like this. We're just kind of free-forming this just to get a sense of how to modularly build this in a way that can have some organic curve to it, maybe? No, I'm wearing a transparent wig. Keep up, Andrea Gritty of Venice. I mean, your people have learned how to, like, not need roads. So, I mean, you could probably figure out how to not need visible hair. That's an option available to you. Okay. Also, I sent a tweet earlier. So, and a lot of people apparently didn't know what it meant. And I want to see if anybody here in the chat knows what this tweet meant. So I'm going to go ahead and post that there for y'all to look at while I work on this real quick. Can we make it similar to the decked out basement area? Kind of, maybe. We're trying some things, okay? So let's see how this goes. So pane, light gray stained glass, gray stained glass. Devin Crotty says, I assumed it was about getting a low battery message. Okay, so Badger Spanner just got some new wireless headphones. And they do this thing that my old wireless headphones used to do, which is every time you turn them on, they either say battery high or battery low. And so it's like every time I hear battery high, I want to be like, hi. Hello. Yeah, Cheesia says mine do that too. Yeah, so hi. That guy's better at waving than me. The guy in the picture, he's like... Yeah, that's what that tweet means. I wasn't trying to do a super huge puzzle. It's just like, battery, hi. And then somebody else was like, battery low is kind of like, apparently low is slang for hello in some cultures. An account from Yosemite Tango says, mine only say battery low. Cheesius says, I am in fact wearing headphones that do that, and I did not get the joke. Sorry, Cheesius. You're forgiven. No one knows for certain, no. I say, let the mystery be. So this gives it a little bit more of an interesting kind of shape to it there. And NJ says, mine just beep when the battery's low. P. Marincax says, I think you might just still end up with a square. What I'm kind of going for is more of a clover leaf, a 4-leaf clover design, where we're going to have like rounded bumps to kind of make the clover leaves. Does that make sense? So I'm not sure if it'll work. But you're right, it will still fit in a square silhouette. It will fit in a square footprint, but it'll look more rounded. Does that make sense? If we have indentions here. Yeah, kind of small enough. P. Marincax says, oh, it might look like a daisy flower. Yeah, that's kind of closer to what we're going for. Okay. Okay. A lucky story system. Yep. So the thing is, though, I don't know how it'll feel to be inside of it. So maybe the way we make this work on the inside, though, so Cleo was kind of dubious about the wedges on the floor, and I get it. I see why. But let's try something more like this, where we have it pop out a little bit, but not too much. Okay. Actually, let's have this come in like this on that side there. Try turning it inside out. Oh, that's an interesting idea, Kindleless. Maybe we'll try that next? But that's an interesting idea, kind of making silos. Devin Crowdy says they're like fireplaces, but for storage. Yeah, I've actually based these off of a kind of a fireplace indention thing that I saw in a Frank Lloyd Wright house. But yeah, if we put them... Let's try Devin Crowdy, or no, Kindleless's suggestion of turning them inside out real quick. Okay, so we're going to come this way. I don't want to, like, get too close to this build because I want to give room to see them in the distance. Okay, so if we wanted to have... Try making the pattern on the ground first. Well, we're trying a few different parts of this kind of simultaneously. So... Okay, hold on. So if we turn it inside out, one thing about this is that they need to have, if they're going to be backed by the blocks that's inside them, they need to be one further away. So, well, let's try it. Let's try it at this scale first, okay? So, the granite is not necessarily the final build palette. This is just us trying something, right? So don't get too hung up on that. Whoops. Okay, so then we do, like, sandstone would be, like, down here. And then we have sand here. Oops. Try walls in the corners. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Whoops. So then when you're in here, oh, that's kind of neat. You got like a little parallax thing. You might even be able to click the blocks over there if you needed to. And then we just have little silos here. And then we could have a roof over top of it. If you flood the building and add a conduit, you can take full advantage of 3D. That's a really interesting idea. Add some bubble lamps. Do you plan to use the new blocks? Maybe. Right now we're just playing with core concepts. It is kind of like a corn silo, but for chests and stuff. And then we would just kind of put in a roof. This is not necessarily the actual block palette, folks. This is just experimental. Honestly, there's something kind of cute and approachable about it. You could just drop in a bunch of these modularly. And, like, these could be inside of a room. They could be a lot of things. Let's come back to that. I like the idea. Roselia Moon, is this for the HHH depot or personal storage? We're brainstorming ideas for the HHH depot. And a bunch of little towers like that would be endearing. Liam says, would you be labeling it at all? Yeah. This one's labeled sand. This one's labeled cobble. This one's labeled dirt. This one's labeled sandstone. Like, it's, as far as I can tell, it's pretty well labeled. Now, the thing is, you can only see 2 of the options at a time. You have to walk around to find stuff. Whereas this over here. Hey, welcome, Sammy Higgins. Somebody says, how will you label the grass silo? We'll probably just put grass in, mix it in with the dirt, and then we'll make it work. This is supposed to be like a nice early game. Something just to get us going, right? Something to say like, hey, we're doing something here. And it doesn't have to be perfect, and we can improve it. Well, on the weeks where HHH doesn't have anything better to do, we can improve these, right? If it's going to be a garden, you should put flowers in the corners. Maybe. Yeah, that's a good idea. What if the middle 4 blocks were water and you could swim up and down the towers? Well, that would be more difficult from a labeling standpoint, but The pillar variety could go in the middle of a room. Well, the other thing is we could just have a pillar like this that's just a bunch of double chests of dirt and cobble. You know, or stone. Tell the hermits never throw away your stone again. You know. We could do a thing where we could build these as... What if we made, like, these little silos as drop-off points near people's bases, and we're like, hey, if you drop off your extra dirt and stone, we'll move them to the HHH area. You know, build them by their mine entrances. That sort of thing. Would a Costco Sam's Club layout be too much? Maybe late game that would work, but for early season stuff, something more like this is a lot more approachable. So, Jen in Minecraft, basically, episode 1, yeah, the idea is that what we're looking at for the first episode of the season is Cleo and I will build a Hermits Helping Hermits resupply area, kind of like the respawn egg that Pearl, Asuma, and I built. So, here we go. So this is my episode planning board here. HHH Depot. We'll do the greeting with all the hermits. We'll link up with anybody else that wants to work on HHH. So it'll be me and Cleo for sure, and a few other people depending on what plans they have. We'll establish the footprint and start providing value immediately, like making sure people have tools, weapons, armor, whatever we can. Wander a bit to grab more stuff. Continue improving the building. And then at the end of my first episode, I'm going to find a place for the starter house. And then this is my starter house I'm planning. And then we'll build that in episode 2 is kind of the plan here. And show other nearby points of interest. And whatever materials we need to finish the house and polish up the HHH thing from episode 1. Yeah, people are saying if conduit's too expensive, a ton of scaffolding can take more advantage of 3D. The thing is, scaffolding is like a bamboo thing. We don't know if our seed is going to have us anywhere near bamboo. So if this is an exploration season, in a lot of ways, the more inconvenient some of the biomes are, the better a season it's going to be for exploration. So we might not have bamboo until week 10. If we do a randomized seed, none of us know the seed, we might be wandering around forever looking for jungle. We don't know. So I don't want to plan anything around having guaranteed certain materials that are biome specific, right? So we're mostly trying to plan around and also the other thing is, like, everything I'm doing now, I'm designing in such a way that you could substitute the materials out based on whatever's local, right? So that's kind of the concept there. Bamboo can also be found in ships. Okay, that's good to know. But, like, we're trying to figure out something that we could build that's architecturally interesting, but you could make with almost any block palette, because we're going to want to build it with local materials day 1, right? So if we're in an acacia forest, we're going to build it with acacia wood. If we're in a snow area, maybe we're going to build this out, like, make it look like an igloo. Like, we're trying to figure out, like, a few different concepts. Highborn Link says, y'all are doing a random seed. I want us to do a random seed. And myself and a few other hermits said, even if the group decides not to do a random seed, we don't want to know what the seed is so that we can explore it. So I don't know one way or the other what the group is going to come to consensus on there. But all the people who want a random seed are basically fine with, if we don't do a random seed, we're not going to be involved in choosing the seed, and we don't want to know the seed until like 6 months in or 3 months in or something, right? So that we can go in blind. Because this is an exploration update, and so a lot of people want to explore. So I don't know if anyone will know the seed, if no one will know the seed. It might be completely random, but like I said, the worse the seed is in terms of availability of nearby biomes, the better it is for exploration videos, because it really gives a strong motivation for us to go 8,000 blocks out, right? But yeah, so anything that I'm designing and planning right now has to be seed independent. So like when I was working on this little garden pond thing, with the little balcony. I was like, how does this look with stone? How does it look with different wood? When I'm planning my dirt hut, luckily almost every biome has dirt. So we'll be good there. Oh yeah, this is my new skin design. I've got a beard now. You want to see? I was doing this in graph paper, and Aviva Kitty says, Joe, everybody uses digital tools to design skins these days. So I went and opened up Minecraft, which is a digital tool, and I designed this skin. So you're welcome, Aviva Kitty. Okay. So, Jen in Minecraft says, Hermits that don't want to know the seed, just don't look at Reddit for the first few months. Here's the thing, though, Jen, is even if somebody told me, like, the seed is that, as long as I don't copy and paste that into World Atlas or whatever, I'm not gonna actually... That doesn't... even if somebody told me all of the numbers in the seed, like, somebody's, like, trying to spoil it for me by pasting it in my Twitch chat during a stream, that doesn't tell me where the nearest ocean is, or the nearest polar bear, or whatever, right? Like, it's completely not a thing, you know? Sammy says, looks like you have a Fu Manchu. Thank you. Thank you. I've been working very hard on this. Somebody says screenshot it. That's definitely the seed. I mean, there's the letter T in there twice because I was not being particularly judicious. I think that might also exceed the boundaries. Oh, Jen Minecraft says, I know. I was trying to be humorous. Well, sorry for ruining your joke with my explanation. But yeah. That's where we're at. Okay. Okay. What's happening? Hey, welcome, Shalom. We are just doing a little bit of layout planning. I know you technically can make seeds out of letters, but I choose not to. I wanted to see how this worked as kind of more of a clover, though, where if we kind of dimple the building and I really like the 4 wide windows. But maybe we bring it down to 3 here. Okay. So we're going to dimple it, bring it back up, bring it back out, and we're going to... Oops. Okay, so... Oops. We're going to have these alternate here. Just for fun. Oh, also, good news, everyone. I ordered a capture card to do Nintendo Switch games on stream. I'm hoping it'll come early this week based on what the shipping people said. But they also said, you know, when they shipped it last week, that they were going to send it to Nashville, and instead they sent it in the wrong direction. So maybe we don't entirely trust them. But, okay, wait, what did I do wrong here? Oh, okay, I see now. Maybe we don't entirely trust them. We'll see. But, yeah, I've got... Basically, at first, I'm going to do a bunch of random test streams with random Switch games that I already own. And... Oops, that's not how this goes. Then from there... So basically, I got a Switch like right when it first came out, and every year I usually buy 3 or 4 games for it that I play with my daughter, or I like play while she watches, even if she... Like Breath of the Wild, she couldn't play it herself because it was like too sophisticated for her, but she could watch me play it while she was... That was one that we played a lot of while she was recovering from her tonsillectomy and adenoidectomy, and... So anyway, I usually pick up a few games a year, and usually I only buy games that like a bunch of people I know have reviewed really well. So my Switch library is not, it's not a huge library, but it's a very solid library. So I have basically almost every good Switch game, because there's probably only about 3 or 4 really like top tier games that come out every year, right? So I've got most of them. So I'm probably just going to do a bunch of random streams with different ones at first, while we make sure that the capture card is working and that streaming them is working and all that. Victory Lemon says, dude, I love your face cam. Thank you. It actually gets bigger every time we hit a tipping milestone. And let me post that link. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Morgriana B says you should play Untitled Goose Game. The thing about not Morgriana. The thing about Untitled Goose Game, I'm sure this is not about you at all, Morgriana. The thing about Untitled Goose Game is that I think that's a great game to stream the first time you play it because there's a sense of wonder and surprise. But having already played it extensively, I played it a lot by myself, and then I played it with my daughter in 2-player mode, and I watched her play it. There's not a lot of... I would actually say there's probably no surprises left in Untitled Goose Game for me. And so, Josh Whoa says, are you going to play the new open world Pokemon game? That is one I'm thinking about very strongly, actually. Yeah. But yeah, Untitled Goose Game, I think, is a great game to stream if you've never played it, if you're going in blind. But I think I'd rather... Like, there are some games that are going to be good whether you've played them or not. Somebody in here suggested Mario Kart. That's one I want to try out. That's a good test, too, of the video encoding and stuff, because it's going to be... there's a lot of movement on screen and stuff like that. I got Pokemon Pearl for Christmas, and I haven't played that yet. So I was thinking of trying that. Yurgi says Game Builder Garage might not be a good stream game. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know about that one. Have I played Mario Party? My daughter likes Mario Party's mini games, but she doesn't like the actual board game multiplayer. So we don't really play it much. But like, you know, I've got I'm really excited about the new Pokemon game, and I really think streaming that would be fun. But that doesn't come out until the end of the month. And so Pokemon Pearl, I haven't played. Well, that's one actually. So when I actually got Pearl and Diamond or whatever for the DS, but I didn't get past like the second gym. P. Marincac says the end of the month is this week, Joe. Okay, well then I'd better beat Pearl really quickly then. No, the end of the month is next week. January has 31 days. Spider Nom says, I'm personally waiting for Splatoon 3. That would be a fun one. Impulse has been playing Mario Kart on the stream. That's cool. Mr. Sunshine says, I would watch a Legends Arceus stream. Yeah, I think that would be fun. I feel like playing Pokemon Pearl would let us shake a lot of things loose. Mario Kart would let us shake a lot of things loose. Comes out on the 28th. Okay. I guess the real question then is, can I beat Pokemon Pearl before Arceus comes out? Because I'm going to feel kind of silly jumping between the two. Oh, actually, wait, we want to keep those here, but we'll do that like that. So in some ways, I'm almost worried about starting Pokemon Pearl with Arceus coming out so soon, because maybe I want to wait until... maybe I want to do short games until Arceus comes out, because I don't want to leave Pokemon Pearl hanging like halfway through. Centauratron says, Pearl isn't too difficult. I don't see why you couldn't beat it in just a couple streams. Centauratron, because I'm very obnoxious when I play Pokemon games and would probably make a lot of suboptimal choices just to make a point. Okay. So, I mean, this layout here is more compact than this one. It's not as open air feeling. It doesn't feel as open and spacious, but it's still got, like, some gaps and stuff between the materials. You can still see outside. Somebody says New Diamond and Pearl is a 30-hour game for most people. Yeah, so that's the thing is, do I have 30 hours to play between now and when Arceus comes out? Especially because the first few streams, I'm not going to want to play a game that's got a big story mode, because I don't know if the stream is going to go well while I, you know, debug and troubleshoot the brand new capture card. Because it's an actual card. Yurgi says 30 hours is a long time. It's a long time to cram in between. That's the other thing is I don't know if the card's going to get here Tuesday, Wednesday. If the card gets here on Thursday, we're practically to Pokemon Arceus, right? So we'll have to kind of see. I might shelve Pokemon Pearl until after Arceus. It is open air. Yeah. It doesn't have a roof. That's open air. Devin Crotty says it sounds like it only works if you do really long streams like with Civ. Civ was actually kind of a test for the capture card in that way. I was trying to see if longer streams worked, and they do and they don't. I mean, actually, we made more money on most Civ streams than we made on the last Cleo Arts and Crafts stream, and I'm not going to stop doing the Cleo Arts and Crafts stream, but that definitely tells me something. People like long streams with games that have kind of a slower pace, And so even if Civ isn't for you, maybe another slower pace, longer game would be. So, yeah, like Pokemon Arceus or Pokemon Pearl. So we'll try stuff. I'm looking to experiment. Okay, so when this one comes around here, then that's going to go boom, 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 boom. Lego Show TV says, you inspired me to do a resupply depot for my SMP. Awesome. Yo-Yo or something like that says, I love the arts and crafts streams. Oh, I absolutely do too. They're one of my favorite things, and I look forward to them all week. They are a fun opportunity to hang out with my friend Cleo and chill, and I have every intention of continuing them. But, when I think about stuff, I have to pay rent, and I'm trying to eventually one day save money for my own home so I can have, a workshop that I can stream, woodworking and real crafts out of, bigger crafts type of stuff out of. And so, I do have to pay attention to, what do people actually want to pay to watch? And people want to pay to watch Civ more than they want to pay to watch the Cleo streams. And that's fine, because I couldn't do 2 Arts and Crafts Cleo streams a week because our schedules can't support it, right? So, it's not but it is something that I'm okay, well, let's keep this in mind. Let's figure this out. Okay, that person spamming is going to get banned. Okay, so the way that this actually goes out here then is... Shalom Rizal says, am I the only one who doesn't get notified for the streams? I don't know. But you know what? I think I have a rule against complaining about Twitch bugs and YouTube bugs. I don't want to hear about Twitch's problems and YouTube's problems all the time. Those aren't... please go solve that on your own. This is not a help support desk. Okay, so dirt here. Oh, I haven't played the DLC for Sword and Shield. Huh, that might be interesting to play the DLC for those. I think I bought them for both my daughter and I, but maybe I only bought them for her. Because I'm not sure how the Nintendo family account purchases work. Maybe I only bought them on her account. Hey, welcome Brian Kwiatkowski. Okay. But yeah. And we'll probably start doing more VR streams again next month, because Badger is going to be returning to England. And usually the VR streams were mostly just an excuse to hang out with Badger, who was reading the chat and stuff. But since she's visiting the United States right now and doing the reading the chat thing in real life doesn't work as well, because it's oh, you want to be in the same room with me? Yeah, well, I'm the guy who's swinging around a bunch of controllers and can't see anything. So it's actually harder for us to hang out during a VR stream than otherwise now. Whereas when she's back in England, it's more conducive to palling around and catching up and stuff. And so I think we're probably going to see more VR streams in February once Badger returns as well. What about Animal Crossing New Horizons? I mean, I could show you guys my Animal Crossing town, but it's kind of a mess. Oh, one VR stream we do have scheduled, though, this week. I'm going to be playing Walkabout Golf with Music Man, who just got that, and it's really fun. So I'm looking forward to playing that with him. But yeah, my Animal Crossing town is kind of disappointing. It's not good. I mean, I feel like the one with the indentations is more interesting, for sure. Like, the square building is very square. That's Thursday morning at 9 a.m. U.S. Central Time. Music Man and I are going to be playing Walkabout Golf together. That's not a weekly thing. That's just this week. Darkwolf Hunter says you could do the Happy Home Paradise and not show your island. Oh, I'm not embarrassed by my island. I'm saying the stream would be me showing you how bad the island is. It's fine. It's like I couldn't afford a house storage upgrades for a while, so my island is just my house storage. There's just random stuff everywhere. Yeah, Yurgi says the new Kirby game comes out late to mid-March, and that's simultaneously too far away from my hype level, but too soon to reasonably get through everything I want to before it comes out. Yeah. If I can get the capture card working, doing the VR, or not VR streams, doing the new Kirby game would definitely be a possibility. The one indentation needs water somewhere. Yeah, and that's another option too, is we could have like we could have a creek running through here or something. We could have like water features in here and little bridges. Really feng shui the heck out of it. You know, get some gold wind chimes, some bamboo. Oh, we might not get bamboo. Spider Mom says, if you're getting an Elgato, the setup is pretty much seamless most of the time. Well, I'm getting a PCI card. So, I mean, I'm going to have to literally, like, open up the computer and put it in there, and if something goes wrong, like, I'm not just using a USB one. I'm getting, like, an all-out capture card. Because I want to also be able to use it for, like, camera capture and a bunch of other capture. You could have simple farms in there, like wheat. That's true. Yeah. Anytime I'm opening up the computer and unplugging everything, like, I have to move... So, in order to actually get to the tower, to put something new in, I have to move all the monitors, all the lights. I have to basically take the office apart to get to the computer. Because the computer is kind of in a corner behind a bunch of furniture. Because I upgrade individual components in the computer so rarely that it doesn't get moved around, really. Does the PCI one need additional power from the PSU? I don't think so. Or at least the one I got, I don't think does. But yeah, we could get a little koi pond in here. I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about this on the whole. We come up with a few ideas. Okay. Let's see. So we've been going for about an hour now. I know I didn't explicitly call this a 1 hour chill stream, but... Let's see. I kind of put did y'all watch the parade stream earlier today? I put a lot of energy into getting that going with like the audio and stuff from my brother and a bunch of stuff off camera before we even got started. And I was worried almost that I sounded tired during the stream, but that one really wiped me out. I feel like it was a really good show, but sometimes you do a really good show like that, and then you're kind of just like, I am done for the day. Yurgi says, I was at work, but it sounds like everybody had fun. Yurgi, yeah, sorry that you couldn't make it. But yeah, I'm thinking that we'll probably wrap up this stream kind of early tonight, because having put that much energy into something earlier today, which I think totally paid off and was worth it, it's really kind of hard for me now. Rosewolf says, you don't seem tired to me. That's because I can only maintain this facade for so much longer. And I can tell I'm about to be very tired. So before we lose the fun energy of the stream and this gets super exhausting, or starts sounding super exhausting or whatever, I see my friends Becca and Jordan. These are amazing people. They have been guests in my home. They brought a Godzilla pinball machine here for a stream once. I cannot say enough good things about Becca and Jordan. Just fantastic streamers, incredible entertainers, incredibly generous with their time. They drove 4 hours out of their way to stream from my apartment with this Godzilla machine a few months back, and they taught me all this stuff about pinball streaming that I've used for my new setup now, and they're currently streaming on the Pinball Network. So I think we're going to go ahead and raid them. When you get over there, go ahead and say, howdy y'all, Joe Hill's raid here. And once again, thank you everybody who came out for the parade stream earlier. Kindleless, who hosted in his neighborhood. Fantastic build all around. Thank you so much for showing off your cool Redstone Groundhog Day. I got you, babe thing, and I just had a great time, and I really appreciate everyone who turned out and had a good time with us. So, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee.